What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub, and today we got Take the Cannoli featuring Drew McWeeny and Miss Movies herself, Brianne Chandler, taking on the Harris brothers. Lon was previously teamed up with JTE, but unfortunately for him, he was in a car accident, so he's unable to continue on in the tournament, so he's being replaced by Lon Harris's brother, Jonathan, who we know nothing about. I have Take the Cannoli reaching the finals in this tournament, so I'm sticking with them to get the W. So let's get this thing started.
And your winners, and new movie trivia Schmoedown team champions of the world, by way of knockout, the Shire Wolves. And Brianne Chandler, who put up a valiant effort but didn't get it done there in the title match, she is now going to be paired with the Godfather, the former team champion, and they will be going up against Whitney, Seibold, and Huickney.
Do you know what we have here? This marvelous matchup of Miss Movies and the Godfather. Do you hear that sound, Shire Wolves? That's the end of your reign. 4 wins, and this marvelous matchup is coming for you.
And your winners! Get that thing from round 2, Brianne Chandler, Drew McWeeny. They take the Cannoli. You imagine the Professor Lon Harris sits at home and enjoys a quiet evening with Frazier and his many cats. His teammate, however, JTE, a guy no stranger to not only the white-hot spotlight of the Schmoedown, but the playoff format in general that we've done here for a number of years. And Joe Alex.
So basically he was trying to make these teams to make him available to get to the belt. I think he might have created maybe another championship run here. I really feel like we have a chance to go to the top.
JTE, Little Evil, is done for the year due to an accident. He's been replaced by Lon's brother, Jonathan, and their team name are the Harris brothers. And Christian, we're a pretty good couple, but the odd couple is going to be taking on the winner of this quarterfinal match between the Harris brothers. What did I just say? The Harris brothers versus Take the Cannoli. I know Take the Cannoli, Drew McWeeny, Brianne Chandler, Miss Movies herself, the Harris brothers. What's the story behind that? Because at last I heard it was JTE and Lon Harris as the evil geniuses.
Well, I'll tell you what, the whole thing got thrown in. If you looked at the preview special, they were my pick to win. I thought that the evil geniuses of JTE and Lon Harris were going to take this whole thing. Well, that got thrown out the window when JTE got himself on one of those stupid bird scooters. I hate those dumb
You're not
things.
a fan of them? I find them to provide a nice public service.
Well, they also provided a hospital bill for JTE because he got injured from it. He's not able to compete
Get well
inside
soon
the
and
tournament.
contribute to the GoFundMe.
Lon Harris reaches out and gets his brother, another professor, to go ahead and compete, hence the Harris brothers. Now, I don't know anything about John. I don't know
His name's John?
John
Lon and John?
Yeah.
You gotta love that family sense of humor.
Well, I don't know anything about John at all. If he's good, we're going to find out today. But they're going up against Take the Cannoli with Brianne Chandler and Drew McWeeny, who had arguably the best performance of round number 1, scoring 35 points, tying the record previously held by above the line and top 10, and they are now tied within their first match together. This is a scary team, but if John Harris is a great player, Take the Cannoli could be in trouble.
Hard to put it all on his shoulders, but you speak the truth, my man. We've seen last-minute competitors thrown into a Schmoedown, and it doesn't fare that well most of the time, especially if you're looking at a playoff format. You look at the Star Wars match we had when Alex Damon comes in. It's unfortunate. I mean, I know Alex was thinking he was going up against Sam Woodward here. Take the Cannoli is going to be the same mindset where they want to show no mercy. Is Lonathan and Jonathan going to be any match for Brienne and Drew? We're about to find out.
We will, and we're going to hear from what the competitors said. Here we go.
Oh, I'm feeling so good about this marvelous matchup. We're already in round 2. No, round 1, they tied. These two tied the top score of 35 points. Can you look at this?
Good afternoon, students. So, as many of you may have already heard by now, my esteemed partner in crime, Mr. Josh Tapia, a man who was doing all of his assigned reading, was working diligently to become more of an academic presence here in the Schmoedown. Unfortunately, he did not take all of my advice not to ride around on improvised, experimental, motorized transit. Unfortunately, struck down in his prime. Mr. Tapia will no longer be able to join us here.
We don't have any JTE, unfortunately. How do you feel about this, champion?
I'm a little bummed. I wanted some JTE, but we wish him well, and we know Snyder's still out there lurking around, so that'll be just as good.
And you may be wondering who my new consort is here for the tournament. My new partner. We're lucky enough to be joined by a visiting professor, a poet, a philosopher, a great man, my own brother, visiting professor Jonathan Harris.
Thank you. I've been taking a sabbatical of several months, and I thought I would come by and help you in your little trivia game.
The hard part about today is that, yes, Lon Harris is a formidable contender. He knows what he brings a lot of knowledge to the table. He's a good fighter. He knows the game. His brother's a wild card. Like, this is a crazy thing to walk in and you don't know who that other person is or what they're going to be like. That's a little harder to compete with.
Drew, Brienne, I respect you both greatly as competitors, but I do think your knowledge of the cinematic arts will fail, and you will fall at the end of this, much like Thelma and Louise at the end of their great journey.
You're a greater man than I am, Gunga Din, and I just want to finish by saying that I predict the Harris brothers are going to take not only this entire tournament, but soon find ourselves at the very summit, the peak of the Schmoedown, because this is, when it comes down to it, an academic challenge, an academic decathlon of cinema, if you will, and who else to sit atop the championship but two academics?
The finals will be in Oxford, I'm told?
Cambridge, and then Oxford.
What do you think about it, Brienne? What do you think about it? What do you think about it?
Oh my goodness. I think it's an advantage and a disadvantage since we have played together, but then also the disadvantage of not knowing what's going to be coming for us. So, excited, nervous, puked earlier, so I'm good.
Look, Marquita McCarty has more energy than anybody in this entire
She's
studio.
ready to go.
She is super excited, and as she should be. This is a team that scored 35 points. She sees a winner in them. She sees the next champions, and they are pretty confident. Both Drew and Brienne together, they look like they have a really good chemistry. Then you go to the Harris brothers, who seem to be obviously cut from the same cloth.
They know each other. They actually are cut from the same cloth.
They are cut from the same cloth. Because they have the same type of, not arrogance, but the same type of confidence. Now, that's why I said earlier, we know Lon Harris is one of the elite players. You go back to that match that he had against Ethan Irwin, and the guy is a top-tier player. That's why I'm saying that if his brother is as good, this is going to be a very, very good team and somebody to look out for. But like you said, it's just a matter of, for your first match to get thrown into a quarterfinal match in your debut. Brian Bishop had a tough time getting thrown into a title match. You mentioned Bruce Green getting thrown into a title match. So will it affect John? We're going to find out today.
And what I liked is that watching those pre-match interviews, it did not affect his stage presence.
No.
And I mean, he is ready to go. The Harris brothers taking on Take the Cannoli, which of course is a famous quote from the hit Jay Moore spoof Mafia.
Yeah.
Christian, tell us what the tale of the tape is.
Well, the tale of the tape, the Harris brothers will carry over that one victory from the Evil Geniuses. They will get that victory, and they are 1-0 coming into this thing. Their strengths are
Still action movies?
No, it just says novels, and syllabus. That's all it says.
I don't know that we have those wedges on the wheel. Going to be interesting to see.
And then you get Take the Cannoli, 80s movies, musicals, and entrances for days.
Italian cuisine for sure. I feel pretty ready, pretty enthused.
All right, if that's the case, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first, with a record of 1 win, no defeats, and 1 knockout. Give it up for Lon and John, the Harris Brothers.
I'm not happy, John. Seems Lon Harris, pipe in mount, ready to go. This team looks formidable.
And their opponents, led to the ring by their manager, Marquita McCarty, with a record of 1 win, no defeats. The 2018 free-for-all winner, Brian Chandler, and the former movie trivia Schmoedown team champion, the Godfather, Drew McWeeny, take the Cannoli.
That's his blood, that's somebody else's blood. If Brienne might have scratched him by accident.
Sam Lamine was lucky enough to get a smile out of him. She got a full costume.
Damn, wow. Very incredible entrances.
All right, so our competitors have hit the table. Mark, tell them how round number 1 works.
In round number 1, it is the team format. 8 questions from 8 different corners of the movie Trivia Galaxy will be asked to the field. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round 1. As soon as we ask the question, please write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. Keep in mind, although this is the team format, you are not allowed to rely on your teammates' knowledge in round number 1. This is an individual exercise, although each point you accrue will be added to your team's total. Each team has 3 usages of the JTE Get Well Soon rule. If you're not sure you heard a question, need to hear it again, or you just need to buy yourself some time, use the JTE rule. Each team also has 1 challenge to use throughout the duration of the match.
All right, so with that, the Harris brothers, are you ready?
Very ready.
May I have a quill?
No, you may not.
I like this
I
kid.
like him, though.
I like it better than Lon.
And how dare you? Take the Cannoli. Are you ready?
We are.
Stick around, because after this we're doing a Fish Called Wanda remake.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown!
Christian, why don't you kick off? Here we go.
All right, here we go. The first category is from the realm of comic book movies. In Avengers, Age of Ultron, who gives Scarlet Witch a motivational speech that convinces her to fight in the Battle of Sokovia?
I don't think you disagree with this. Between the two of us, who's given more motivational speeches to each other? I'd say I've given you plenty of motivation.
100%.
Hawkeye or Clint Barton?
Every day you want to quit and go to Hawaii.
That's what I was going to tell you after this match. 1,
Come on,
hands
Ron.
down. Lon.
I believe it is Hawkeye.
That is correct. Drew.
I believe it is also Hawkeye.
John.
I have written Hawkeye.
You have. And
I
Brienne?
put Vision.
Okay, so the Harris brothers going up by 1 point there, 2-1. As the Harris brothers get it correct, Drew gets it correct.
That's right.
Next question.
Hawkeye Clinton Barton, useless as he may be in the Avengers movies, comes to play
Good
for the Harris
speeches.
brothers. Your next category is the world of comedies, yucks, funnies. Your question is, what actor plays Steve Stifler in the American Pie series? Heartwarming set of films.
Reminds me of my friend Naveed McElroy.
This everybody knows. 5, unfortunately.
Sean William Scott.
3, 2, 1, Drew.
Sean William Scott.
That is correct. John.
I have written his birth name, Michael William
Oh,
Scott.
that's incorrect.
Sean William Scott.
Yes, and Lon.
I also had Sean William Scott.
All right, tie game here. Tie game 3-3.
All right, 3 back to you,
As
Chris.
John misses that one. All right, here we go. Next question. Dramas. Who was Paul Newman's co-lead playing Minnesota Fats in The Hustler?
How'd you like that nickname?
Minnesota Fats is a great nickname.
You come. Where are you from? But you claim Florida, New York. What do we say? Hey, here comes
5.
New York Chubby.
4. What are you trying to say? I had 3 pieces of pizza. 2.
Repeat the question.
Yep. Who was Paul Newman's co-lead playing Minnesota Fats in The Hustler?
I'll come walking in. They're like, here comes the Virginia Tub.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jonathan.
Drats, I was thinking of a
Robert
fat
Redford?
Minnesotan I know named Clive Earl.
That is incorrect.
Is it Brendan Gleeson?
That is incorrect.
Jackie Gleason?
Jackie
Gleason is
Gleason.
correct.
That would be Jackie
Jackie
Gleason.
Gleason. So
I
Lon.
got the Gleason.
So I believe
Ron Gleason.
Yeah, Lon and Drew have not missed yet.
Okay.
For the Minneapolis load, Mark.
Perfect rounds. And as we get to the halfway point in round number 1, your next category comes from the world of animated movies, drawn by hand or on a computer. The question is, Bruce Campbell voices the character of Mayor Shelbourne, the gluttonous and egotistical mayor of Swallow Falls, in what animated film? I'm gonna say now we can watch Jackie Gleason while we eat. Back to the Future.
It's from Back to the Future.
Yes. 5,
No points are awarded.
4,
Unfamiliar.
3.
Hold on. What the hell was the name? Cloudy with a chance of meatballs?
2, 1. Pens down. Brienne.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Correct. Lon.
I put Rango.
Incorrect. Drew.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
I thought it was the classic Megamod.
Ooh, that is a classic.
6-4. Cannoli going back on top here. 6-4.
Sweeney and Chandler both have children. I wonder if that factored into their knowledge of that question.
Drew is all
I've only seen it 17 times.
Next question. Fantasy sci-fi. Freddie Highmore played which role in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Why do you get mad at me when I ask you that question? You answered Back to the Future like you were perturbed. That would even challenge your knowledge.
I'm not broke. I've seen the movie more than once. 5, 4.
Charlie
You never
Bucket.
missed a shot. No. 2, 1. Hands down, please. Lon.
I believe he was the main role of Charlie Bucket.
Correct. Drew.
I have his last name wrong. I got Charlie Button.
Oh, that is incorrect.
Oh, I didn't know we were looking for last names. Oh well. Sorry.
Should've just put
Guess I got it
Charlie.
wrong.
First of all, here's if it would have just been Charlie, we would have accepted.
I should have just written the.
All right.
I just wrote Charlie.
That's correct.
I wrote Charlie.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right.
All right. So Cannoli 7-6.
7-6. Cannoli.
It's a different person.
The Harris brothers coming to play. The next question comes from the world of movie release dates. These are dates movies were released in, and your question is: Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Splash, Romancing the Stone, and The Last Starfighter were all released in what year?
I would have gotten it.
Good years the movie. What, this one? Yeah. I can list 10 more movies.
Yeah.
Want to make it even easier.
5, 4,
1984.
2, 1. Pens down. Drew.
That would be 1984.
Yes. John.
The Orwellian Nightmare, 1984.
Yes. Brienne.
1984.
On.
I also got 1984.
Everybody
I
got
hear
it.
it's a good album. It's well full of rock and roll music.
I like it. Okay, here we go, guys. 2 more questions left in this round. 9-8.
How many?
Horror/thriller. Which 1996 horror film was directed by Peter Jackson?
It's a movie with Michael J. Fox.
I believe I saw this one.
What the hell's the name of that?
5, 4, 3, 2.
It's a movie with Michael J. Fox, The Frighteners. Is it The Frighteners?
2, 1. Pens down. John.
The Frighteners.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Dan.
I'm just embarrassed by my answer, so I'm not showing it.
It was a Frighteners.
That is correct.
The Frighteners.
Got it. Okay.
Did Brienne write a Lord of the Rings film? We'll never know.
All right, 10-10. Tie game here. Last question.
Last question is a Patreon question. It is sponsored by our patron, John Patterson. John Patterson, thank you for joining the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. If you're not a member of the Patreon yet, become a patron today. Select which tier is right for you. Maybe one day we'll say your name like we just did. John Patterson. Now, Christian John Patterson, big scores and soundtracks guy. That's the category he wants to choose from today. Your final question in round one, courtesy of Mr. Patterson. Who composed the score for 2017's The Shape of Water?
You're a big score guy. Yeah. You had that one? This one I was in the chamber? Yeah. 5, 4, 3. I would have missed it. 2.
Michael Giacchino?
1. Brienne.
I'm just guessing Hans Zimmer.
Incorrect. Lon?
I'm not 100% positive how to pronounce the gentleman's name. Alexander Desplat?
Correct.
Yeah, I did not.
Didn't have it? Nope. All right, and Jonathan?
It's what happens when you play The Grape Escape. Alexandre Desplat.
Wow, a 2-point lead by the Harris brothers. John had a little bit of a rough start, but comes back strong in that second half. Harris brothers up by 2 here.
That's crazy. Is that
Crazy.
score even right? I mean, you looked up and Cannoli was up by 2. You thought they were going to run away with this thing. And then we had a Charlie Bucket issue. And now all of a sudden the Harris brothers have taken the ball and run with it to the tune of a 2-point lead going into round 2.
2-point lead, round 2. Like you said, Mark, this is a battle already. It's going back and forth just in the first round. How does round number 2 work?
Round number 2 is known as the Wheel Round. The Wheel of Fate, Doom, and for one team, Justice. And today's wheel is sponsored by a member of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon, and that sponsor is Josh Gofton, sponsoring the whole darn wheel today. Thank you, Josh Gofton. His wheel slices for today's match are Stanley Kubrick movies and thriller movies. He likes tingling the spine that Josh Gofton does. Thank you, Josh. And one wheel slice, in addition to that, is a sponsored slice, and that would be the Samuel L. Jackson slice. So if somebody hits Samuel L. Jackson, we'll say your name. Now, how do we get up to that wheel? Simple. I'll tell you. Each team gets one spin at it. If you're not sure of the category that you spun, you're not entirely confident in your ability to answer 6 questions from that category, you can spin again, unless, of course, it is opponent's choice. We also have spinner's choice up there on the wheel. Each category does feature 6 questions. Like I said, each question is worth 2 points. You are allowed to consult with your teammate in this round. If you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer, and at that point, the value of the question goes down to 1 point. Remember, both teams, stealing is in play here. You can steal from your opponents if they miss the question. And Christian, I believe I'm done talking, so you can wake back up.
Well, the Harris brothers have all 3 of their JTE rules left, and Cannoli has 2 left. As we get in here, the Harris brothers, you're in the lead. Would you like to spin first or second?
I believe we'll spin first.
You're going to spin first? Okay, go ahead and spin. Please spin from the wheel, not the peg. Please spin from the
Please
wheel.
grab the wheel, not the peg. Thank you,
Thank you, sir. There you go.
I find if we both say it,
It works.
really reiterates it.
Maybe he doesn't have to. He's the older brother.
I do not play childish games
See a
like
little bit
wheel
of sibling
spinning.
rivalry there, and just passing opponent's choices could be Samuel L.
It
Jackson.
is.
Yes.
I think we can take it.
They're going to take Samuel L. Jackson. It is the Patreon slice, like I said, so thank you to Dan Streetbeck. Dan Streetbeck sponsoring that Samuel L. Jackson slice. Thank you, Dan, and Josh Gofton for the entire wheel.
All right, guys, so you're going to have 6 questions in the realm of Samuel L. Jackson movies. Here we go, starting that out. All right, first one. Samuel L. Jackson played American entrepreneur George Washington Williams in this 2016 adventure film. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's that.
Book
Now,
guess?
time's up.
Yeah. For the steal.
We should have said. No.
We don't know.
You don't know.
Nobody he wants to guess.
No,
The
no, we're not.
Legend of Tarzan.
Oh,
Legend of Tarzan. So,
Well,
just a reminder.
Yeah.
Either you can repeat it
Before
or
time runs out.
If
I understand.
time runs out, you
You
can't
do
take
not lose
You can
points
ask for- you can ask
for
for
a missed
multiple
answer.
choice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here we go. Next one.
We do or do not lose points for mistakes.
We don't.
I would never.
All right, here we go. Samuel L. Jackson starred with Hayden Christensen and Rachel Bilson in this Doug Liman film.
Jumper. Jumper. Jumper.
5.
Yeah, we'll do multiple choice.
Jumper.
A, the spirit. B, equilibrium. C, jumper. D, paycheck.
C. Jumper.
Jumper.
1 point.
All right, they extend their lead to 4 questions left.
All right, here we go. Samuel L. Jackson won a BAFTA for Best Supporting Actor and was nominated for an Academy Award for which film?
I'm gonna say A
5.
Time to Kill.
4. 3.
Multiple choice.
A, Coach Carter. B, Pulp Fiction. C, Django Unchained. D, The Negotiator.
Django.
Pulp Fiction.
For 1 point.
All right, using a lot of multiple choice here on a wedge that they did select. They could have spun again.
Here's number 4. In which film does Samuel L. Jackson get eaten by a shark?
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea.
2 points.
We were looking for Jaws. I had a different answer. Pardon me.
Question 5. Question 5. Here we go. In Kingsman: The Secret Service, Sam Jackson's Valentine feeds Harry a meal from which fast food chain?
I guess McDonald's.
Choices. I have not seen the film.
We'll go multiple choice.
A, KFC. B, McDonald's.
I say
C,
McDonald's.
Taco Bell. D, Burger King.
McDonald's.
I think I'm gonna guess Taco Bell.
It's incorrect.
McDonald's.
That's correct for 1 point.
Okay, and Cannoli with a steal. 5-point game here. Harrisburg is still in the lead. 1 question left for them.
All right, here you go. This is the last question.
It's actually been in a number of fine films.
There is one where he crosses a lane with Ben Affleck. Academy Award winner Ben Affleck.
All right, here we go.
I'm telling you, John's better than Lon.
Who plays Samuel L. Jackson's co-lead in the film Black Snake Moan?
Christina Ricci.
2 points.
Christina.
That's a big 2 points. 7-point game as Take the Cannoli steps up to the wheel. How do you feel about it? Well, you were reading them. I was counting.
All right, Drew, once again, please spin from the wheel and not the peg, please, sir, as we spin here. Drew has that magic touch from his days and above the line to last time they played.
But he's been bloodied and battered. To look at it, he is a shell of a man. He needs medical attention, yet he continues to play
He
through
might
it.
be the best person to ever spin the wheel.
Oh no.
No, this is going to be spinner's choice, Christian. Are you a prophet?
Action adventure. Action adventure.
Do they take it in honor of the fallen evil genius, Little Evil? They will
One more
not.
time.
No, they will not.
No honor.
Going to spin it one more time.
We'll see. We'll see how this goes.
All right, another good spin by Drew.
Well, I'm telling you,
See if it pays off on him.
I'd like
have
to
to
see
take it.
Frankie Numbers stats on how many times Drew has hit something favorable.
That's true.
I'd like to watch Frankie Numbers do the research
Oh, no.
on that. But this could be opponent's choice.
Wait.
It's going that way.
No.
He has the magic touch.
You did say 80s movie.
He's got the magic touch. It's crazy.
The answer to every question should be Vin Vendors or it's canceled.
Here in the studio audience today are shouting that it's fixed. It's not fixed. He's just that damn good with his index finger and his thumb, kids. All right, Take the Cannoli. You have spun 80s movies based on the amazing spinning acumen of Drew McWeeny. Drew and Brienne, 6 questions in this slate, and we kick it off with who plays Jester in the classic Top Gun? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Rick Rossovich?
That is incorrect for the steal.
It's Tim Robbins.
That is incorrect looking for Michael Ironside. Jester is dead, and so is that question. Nobody gets the points.
Lon bummed. He knew how big that steal was.
That could have been big, but they still have a 7-point advantage.
Yeah.
5 questions to go in the world of 1980s. Your next question is, who plays Duke, the dog-faced boy, in Big Top Pee-wee? Five.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Doug Jones, B, Kevin Peter Hall, C, Benicio del Toro, or
C.
D, Weird Al Yankovic?
See, it's Benicio del
Benicio.
Toro.
It
Yeah.
certainly is for a point. He's that weird guy on Panto Bike. Our next question is who directed the 1982 animated film The Secret of Nim?
Don Bluth.
2
It
points.
is Don Bluth for 2 more points. And the crowd seeming to woo, and then it all went away. All right, your next question. Your fourth in this round. In which Jean-Claude Van Damme movie does he play the real-life fighter Frank Dux? Five, four, three.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, kickboxer, B, bloodsport, C, Black Eagle, or D, no retreat, no surrender?
D, no retreat, no surrender.
I'm gonna go with A.
You're gonna be wrong for the steal.
Give us choices.
Is it A, kickboxer, B, bloodsport, C, Black Eagle, or D, no retreat, no surrender?
It's B, Bloodsport.
It is
1
in fact
point.
B,
Kumite.
bloodsport.
Kumite.
It's a big steal because now that guarantees the Harris brothers going into round 3 will have the lead of some sort. But the next question for Take the Cannoli, the penultimate question in this round, in the 1987 film Inner Space, whose body did Dennis Quaid's pod get injected into?
Martin Short.
It was Martin Short for 2 points. It's a 3-point game. They can pull it in 1. They don't need multiple choice.
Last question here.
All right. Your last question. In the 1984 classic Ghostbusters, after Rick Moranis' character Louis Tully is possessed, what is he seeking?
Do you mean who is he seeking?
Who is he seeking?
Yeah. Okay. The gatekeeper.
He is seeking the
2 points.
gatekeeper.
Yes.
2 points, and like I said, they could have pulled within 1. They did not need multiple choice. They've clearly seen Ghostbusters a number of times, and it's merely a 1-point advantage for the Harris brothers getting into round number 3.
Wow, what a game so far. 1 point as the Harris brothers go into the third round with a 1-point lead over Take the Cannoli. And Mark, round number 3 is the do or die round. How does it work?
Unless we get to sudden death, my right partner, nobody wants that today. We are very exhausted here. In round number 3, each team is going to give us a series of numbers. They can range from 1 to 20. Harris brothers here in the lead, you'll be giving us your numbers first. Each one of those numbers correspond to a different category of movie trivia. The first question we ask is worth 2 points. We'll tell you the category, and then it's up to the team to decide which member is going to answer that one individually. You may not consult with your teammate for the 2-point or the 3-point question. That question is going to be answered by the opposite teammate. You may only consult with your teammate for the 5-point question. And we go to the Harris brothers for your numbers.
3 numbers.
Yes, sir. 3 numbers.
I will go with 4, 7, and 11.
4, 7, and 11 for the Harris brothers. Take the
7 and
Cannoli.
11, the crowd indifferent.
Take the Cannoli.
All right. 1, 5, 2.
1, 5, and 2 for Take the
Interesting way to
Cannoli.
count.
And Take the Cannoli will be going first. They will be going first. They go with category number 1. Category number 1, here we go. Modern classics. Who's going to take modern classics?
I'll take it.
All right, modern classics. Here you go. All right. In No Country for Old Men, who plays Lewin Moss, the man who stumbles across a briefcase full of money from a drug deal gone bad?
So, Benicio del Toro?
Fine.
Josh Brolin.
2 points. Wow. That's a 2019. She hits it. And now we bounce over to the Harris brothers, who chose number 4.
They chose number 4, numero cuatro, or as Bono would say for some reason, 14. And that number corresponds to the world of Tom Cruise. The wild, wonderful, great-smiled world of Tom Cruise. And your question for 2 points. In which film does Cruise play a character named Ethan Hunt?
Mission Impossible.
That would be in all of the Mission Impossible films.
Yes, any of those are correct. And he gets the 2 points. And now it's 21 to 20, so it goes back to Take the
But
Cannoli.
who found the briefcase with the money in it in the third one?
All right, here we go. Here we go for the back to Take the Cannoli for their 3-pointer.
Right.
Drew, you have Denzel Washington movies.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Who played Denzel's wife in Training Day?
Shit.
No, I don't have it.
No, 5. You want to guess? 4,
I don't
3.
have
Tom. Freak. Ryan Gosling's wife. What the hell is her name? I forget her name. She was in Too Fast, Too Furious. Eva Mendes.
Eva Mendes.
No.
Eva Mendes.
Not
I wouldn't have guessed.
All right, so now we stay with Take the Cannoli, who needs to hit their 5. If they hit their 5, it bounces back to the Harris brothers. However, if they miss, the Harris brothers will go on to face the Odd Couple in the next round. Here we go, guys. So category number 2.
Come on, Drew and Brienne,
Category
you
number
got
2 is
this.
coming of age films.
Coming of age.
Coming of age, you have 2 JTE rules left. Coming of age, Take the Cannoli. Here we go. For 5 points. Why was Andrew, played by Emilio Estevez, in detention in the
Because he
Breakfast
beat up a kid.
Taping your guys' butt cheeks together.
For 5 points. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, he was.
All right.
Deservedly so, I might add.
Now we have the 3-pointer for the Harris brothers, who chose number 7.
That's right. That's going to correspond to action adventure, and that is going to be answered by the lesser of the Harris brothers, Lon.
Now I accept it. I wasn't ready at the beginning of the match, but now I accept it.
I pulled Ethan Hunt out of a hat.
True, yeah.
All right, Lon, your question for 3 points. In the Poseidon Adventure, the ship is struck by a tidal wave during what holiday celebration?
4th of July. 4th of July.
Say it's a New Year's celebration.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Then we'll give you 3 points, guys.
All right.
Doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't really matter at all.
It does in case they look.
Right.
25-24. So here we are. If the Harris brothers get this 5-pointer, they advance. If they don't, Take the Cannoli will advance. Whoever wins will play the Odd Couple in the semifinals. Here is your final question.
Brother versus Cannoli. What a matchup. You selected number 11. And the Mark Rippon number corresponds up here to the category of Pixar movies. Wow. Maybe the Harris brothers were raised on Pixar, more likely the works of Robert Frost. The question is, who voiced Slinky the dog in 1995's Toy Story?
Don Rickles.
Jim Varney.
And your winners, advancing to the next round, Lon and John, the Harris brothers. The Harris brothers upset Take the Cannoli.
John Harris.
They're playing against Snyder and Draco. Wow.
Just an unbelievable performance by both Harris brothers. Lon and John really complimenting each other well. It seemed like they both knew that last question of the world of Pixar. Maybe they were raised on simplistic cartoons. And for Take the Cannoli, a hell of a performance. I mean, 25 points are on the board. It's just that the Harris brothers are too much.
That was a back and forth battle. First round, second round. I mean, here we go, up and down. What a great match that was. All 4 competitors scrapping it out. And the Harris brothers advancing and now will face Draco and Snyder. I don't think a lot of us saw that coming because McWeeny and Chandler played so good in that first round. And man, so yeah, that was baffling. Lon and John came to play. Now we're going to talk to Jen Sturger, who's with both the Harris brothers and Take the Cannoli. Here we go.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here with Take the Cannoli. Guys, I don't know if you're stunned, but personally, I'm stunned. This room is stunned. After your 35 points in your last match, I think we were all expecting you guys to just come out, but you guys had tough questions today. How are you feeling after this, Markia?
I'm proud of them. I am so proud of these two of my clients of this marvelous matchup because, oh my God, did you know the director of The Secret of Nymph? Because I didn't. Did you know off the top of your head? This guy did. I mean, some of those questions, it seemed like the other team got a whole lot of softball questions. To me, I'm proud of what they did, but I'm even more proud of this team right here. I can't wait to see this one do some singles competition too.
Oof, I know. Well, it's a little weird though because you did hit 80s, and we know it's your strength, but it's almost like people hitting their strengths lately. We had Riley, we had Guy. It's like their strengths are just getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Well, they're deep cuts, and it's funny because sometimes your knowledge can work against you. When they started to ask me the question about Big Top Pee-wee, my brain immediately went to Dog-Faced Boy, Freaked, Keanu Reeves, and then I couldn't back off of it because I had the other celebrity that's played a face boy. So that happens. Like sometimes you have so much in your head that it gets tangled coming out. So I certainly think that the deep knowledge helps, but it's not always the key.
Absolutely. And Brian, I saw you shaking your head after you guys missed that one steal. I could tell like it was right there and you just couldn't come up with it. What's next for you guys? Brian, you've done such an amazing job running our Patreon. I mean, are you going to keep competing? Can we see you around here? I mean, obviously performing in a competitive capacity?
I feel like this year is finished, right? Because it's the tournament, the singles tournament, then we get to spectacular, so I don't think you're going to see me doing the competing anytime soon, I would think.
But you are coming back, because I can say, having been in this tournament for a while and having competed both against and with several people, you better be back, because this went really well.
No, so
we need you. We need you.
So let's bring this up, though. You say this collective we. Does that mean that Take the Cannoli might stick together going forward? Because you guys proved you have such great chemistry.
Let's see. I'm not ruling anything out. I'm not going anywhere. Let's see what happens.
And I would be proud to manage them again.
Oh. And speaking of, you actually have a singles tournament coming up.
I do.
And you're facing, not exactly a slouch, you're facing Mark Andreyko.
I have known the android for many, many years.
How are we starting out with like a battle of the ages as round one?
And his brain's very scary. So I look forward to showing up and seeing what happens.
Absolutely. I don't know if you know this, you have something on your shirt. So you might want to take care of that.
That's from today. There was a little bloody out there.
Not our opponent's blood, but someone else's. So sorry about that.
Oh, God. Well, guys, it was awesome seeing you compete, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
Thank you.
And we're back with the Harris brothers. Guys, I think that's safe to say that you just pulled up one of the biggest upsets in this tournament. John, welcome, first of all, to the league.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Most people, I think they come in their first time, the lights get to them, they get a little sweaty out there, and after round one, it seemed like you really kind of settled into it.
Yeah, I only get sweaty around the last 20 minutes of The Silence of the Lambs or any demi-film. But this was a breeze. I was able to sit it and take it, and I'm really not too concerned going forward.
I really think it's the importance of preparation and education. It's something that I think the Schmoedown does not have enough of. People staying up late the night before, partying hard, and not taking this seriously as they would any other item in their curriculum.
I was shocked there was not a single question from before 1984. I did not get a question about Sturgis, John, or Preston.
Tragic.
And I gotta say, Take the Cannoli was no slouch. There was a lot of back and forth in this match. Were you getting a little hot under the collar out there?
I mean, you always want to perform at the peak level that you can. You always want to, impress everybody with your knowledge base. Take the Cannoli certainly seemed to have some knowledge about what they were doing in the Schmoedown. Seems to have seen some films from at least the 90s and the current era, at least. It was an intense battle, but I was always confident that we would pull it out in the end.
Were you surprised at all at the difficulty of your round two questions?
I was a little bit surprised about the number of films with computer-generated imagery in them, but once we got down to the meaty plot of the films of Samuel L. Jackson getting mauled by a shark, I was confident that we would be able to win going forward.
The real highlights of his oeuvre, I felt like. I was glad that we were able to focus on that at the end of the round.
He also gets eaten by a shark in 1998's The Red Violin.
True. How true.
Who knew?
That's an insight.
So anyways, I have to ask the obvious question, where does this leave JTE?
JTE is recuperating from his injuries. Obviously, we wish him all the best. I've sent a wreath to his hospital room where he's recovering. But I think for this tournament, Jonathan, our visiting professor, has come in. It's been an impressive show. I think we want to continue on our current path. I think we want to see the semester through, and I think we will compete together for the rest of the tournament.
I'm proud to have achieved tenure with you.
Yes, I agree.
All right, well, next match you're going to be facing Andreyko and Snyder, and...
Who?
Jesus Christ. One interview without crashing.
Sorry, I just wanted to size them up, Jen, because, I don't know who they are. I've heard of the Coen brothers, I've heard of the Sisters brothers, but who are the Harris brothers? I mean, John, Lon, who's the third one? Moron?
A worthy dig. Is this a prop from some sort of Michael Bay film where he is measuring penis length?
I don't know. Are you guys professors at the University of Phoenix?
Come up with a rhyme that was just one syllable. It would work for a lot better. Lon, John, Con, Don, something like that. It's supposed to go like multiple syllables.
Don't put him through the ringer. He'll ruin the whole curve.
It's like a little break from cinema linguistics.
John, you impressed me today. You played very well. But Lon, you wouldn't even be here if JT hadn't gotten injured. Who
knows how many words you would have mispronounced today. You're very lucky. Your former teammate in nationalism, JT. I'm shocked to hear you turn on him.
Oh, I
You
knew
two
how to
you came
corral
up
him.
with the brown shirts together as co-nationalists, and now here you are. You're dismissing him. How cruel!
Listen,
I would never do that to a teammate.
Congratulations on your victory today, Mr. Andreyko, and I look forward to sending you back to whatever junior college you guys come from.
You're your partner who draws the funny books. Yes, I
Yes,
understand.
salutations. Yes, indeed.
Well done.
Just 1 week, Christian. I would just love to not be crashed.
Can we get some security in here? I should be allowed to finish my lecture.
The Cronenberg crash, not the Paul Haggis trash.
Please.
Oh, this is Italian.
Yes. Reminds me of my years studying in Milan.
Yes, De Sica used to make me these for me. Yes.
Well, look at that. I mean, the confidence with the Harris brothers is there, and they said basically we doubted. They didn't. And you have Drew McWeeny obviously upset, but looking to go into that singles tournament, and Brianne Chandler basically saying she had her fun, and Brianne has been, first of all, and I said this to her before the match, and I say this now, though I tell you guys how important Patreon is, I can tell you how important that Brianne Chandler is to our Patreon, everything she does and all the interactions. So thank you guys to all the teams here today, and I don't know, that odd couple match between Andreyko and Snyder, or now the Harris brothers, I don't know.
Certainly one to watch, because the Harris brothers did not luck into this. They didn't get a nice category that served them well in round 2, and they were able to eke out a victory. They won this thing. They came to play, and they're going to come to play the odd couple, so they better prepare. And I think that's going to be one of the more anticipated matches all of a sudden in this Anarchy tournament. I mean, I don't know which way that one's going to go. It's anybody's guess as to who's going to take this entire tournament, but the Harris brothers' name should be mentioned in the list of contenders.
Well, the Harris brothers are your winners today, and you guys are the winners also. Thank you so much for contributing to the Patreon. I cannot tell you how important it is and how it keeps us going. I put a big post in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown page a couple of weeks ago of how crucial it is and the things that we're going to be doing in the future, and how it is really, I want you guys to be able to see, when you see all these new things happening, the new editors, the new writers, the new things that we've been doing here, and as this thing grows, the more live events we do, I want you guys to look and go, that's because of me. I was able to do that. I contributed to that. You are helping us grow. We are giving you more and more in these tiers to make sure that it is, the matches hopefully themselves are worth it, but then there's other things inside of those tiers that we want to make it worth it for you guys. So join today if you're not, and help us grow this thing to another level.
It was very well written by you. Only 2 grammatical errors that I'd known. An improvement for you. It was an impassioned response and letting people know that the Patreon is there for your support should you want to do so. You can always join the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page and check out the Schmoedown Rundown wherever you select your podcast to listen to, at the gym, on the go, or in the bathroom. For Christian Harloff, my name is Mark Ellison. I guess we'll see him next time, partner. We just been handed a note.
No, it's a cannoli. That's what they do. You take the cannoli.
I don't actually do
Take
the
the
cannolis.
How's it going, guys? If you didn't know about...
Well, that was a great match, as I expected it to be. I thought Brianne and Drew would get the victory, but Lon and John, they came to play, and John was no joke. He didn't freeze under the lights like some other people have. Yeah, it was a great victory. Going to be interesting to see them take on the odd couple. I still think, even though they won and they were very impressive in this match, I'm going to take Snyder and Andreyko in that match, but it'll be close. But my bracket is unfortunately busted now, so yeah, I don't got to. Yeah, it is what it is. But great match. You all kick ass. Christian, Mark, best commentators, period. Love yous. You're awesome. If you like my reactions, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, ChrisWoodburn83, Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. And if you do Schmoedown reactions, trailer reactions, come join the MTS Fan Reaction League on Facebook. It's a lot of fun. So until next time, this is your boy C-Dub. Peace.